Raul Julia is among those rare actors who put an imprint on every role, when those roles range from Othello to Mac the Knife, from a revolutionary in Kiss of the Spider Woman to Gomez Addams' versatile seems an inadequate description. He joins us now straight from Broadway, where he has achieved the seemingly impossible task of making Man of La Mancha his own. Welcome. These are troubling times, and I mean, if we follow what is a difficult sense of this community in America trying to come to grips, but I do want to share some sense of the experience of Man of La Mancha, which comes to Broadway. Something seems to be happening on Broadway these days. And first of all, a lot of plays are getting a lot of new things are getting good notices. Mm-hmm. In addition, you tell me.
Well, there's the amount of shows on Broadway is increasing now, which is very encouraging, and of course the audiences are coming more than ever from all over the country, including the Broadway audiences. So apparently there's an upsurge of Broadway shows and performances that's very encouraging.
Why'd you do this yourself?
I always wanted to do Man of La Mancha. I grew up with Don Quixote. Yeah. You know, Don Quixote to Spanish-speaking people is like Shakespeare to Cervantes.
Cervantes is like Shakespeare.
It's like Shakespeare to Spanish-speaking peoples. So we grew up, and then a few years ago I saw the show when it was playing downtown at the amphitheater, and I really loved it, and saw that I could actually play Don Quixote, this character that I grew up with and studied at the university later. Yeah. I could actually, as an actor, try to become him and actually play him. And I always used to dream. At the time, it was an impossible dream to to play it. But now it
now you sing it.
And now I sing it, and it's become possible. So it's a great opportunity.
And it was on the road for how long before you came here?
We were on the road for
national tour
for 5 months.
Yeah.
We went to San Francisco, Los Angeles, Costa Mesa, Pittsburgh, Washington D.C., Boston.
And do you play the role differently now than you did when you began? Is it the interpretation changing, or is it essentially the same note?
It's essentially the same note, except that I feel the more I play it, the more I get into it. The more I'm always working on it. I mean, I'll be working on it when I leave end of June. You know, I'll still be refining and working and getting deeper into it. What I find is that I get more and more into it the more I work at it. But even at the beginning, there were times, even at the beginning of Chicago, when we opened that, there were moments that I wish I had been able to capture then and continue them now. It's sort of like grown into something else, which is fine too, but it never stays exactly the same.
Broadway has always been your home, has it not? I mean, you have been more identified as a Broadway actor than...
Well, not only Broadway, but
theater.
With theater in New York. Yeah, for example, I still work whenever I can with the New York Shakespeare Festival. Joe Papp was one of my mentors, one of the people that when I first started in New York really gave me the opportunity to be an actor and show whatever I could show.
You gave one of the eulogies, did you not?
Yes.
At his funeral?
Yes, at his funeral. And I miss him incredibly, and so I've worked with the New York Shakespeare Festival, and then on Broadway too. One of my first Broadway performances came out of the New York Shakespeare Festival, which was the first musical that the New York Shakespeare Festival ever presented on Broadway, which was Two Gentlemen of Verona.
Yeah. Why? I read, and I always assumed you were a film star. I mean, it was apparent to me that you were a film star. I mean, I watched you and do a whole number of roles. And then I read these things that say Addams Family made Raul Julia finally a film star. I mean, what was it about that made it any different than the roles you had in Presumed Innocent and a lot of other things?
I don't know.
Did you feel like that? Did you notice that all of a sudden, because of this hit movie, that the world reacted differently to you and you became bankable or something?
Well, they reacted differently, but that it's not what my experience is of myself as an actor. I mean, the world, yes, reacted differently.
After the Addams Family.
After the Addams Family, and I'm more bankable.
Get me Raul Julia now.
Yes, now.
He brings them in the theater.
Exactly. It's one of those things. It's like, I don't know, maybe you hit the lottery or something, but that doesn't mean that your life has... My life has been going on fine before and after the Addams Family.
Do you feel, though, that if you'd wanted to, you could have achieved that kind of stardom early? I mean, have you deliberately not sort of sought it so that you want to listen to your own drummer, as they say?
Yeah, I just go with the work, and it's sort of like there have been points in my career, like one of them was Two Gentlemen of Verona.
Right.
All of a sudden it was a big Broadway hit. We started doing it in the park. I didn't know that we were going to go to Broadway when we started doing it in Central Park for the summer. All of a sudden, everybody said, you should take it to Broadway. We took it to Broadway. It became a big thing. That was a point. It sort of like reminds me of the Addams Family syndrome.
Yeah.
Or another point was Threepenny Opera, when we did Threepenny Opera at Lincoln Center. That was another point in my career that said, wow, you know, it's one of those things that happen once in a while, like peak experiences for as far as the media and the masses are concerned, that you get a lot of attention, and they further your career in the sense that then people seek you out more, and your salary may go up, but the process is, to me, is an ongoing thing. It doesn't stop. Yeah. Except when I'm not working.
Well, my favorite role is when you do these things for Puerto Rico, you know, come to Puerto Rico.
Yes, I had to do that.
They paid you?
No, I wanted to do it because I want everybody to come to Puerto Rico.
Places that nobody...
Yeah, I know places that nobody knows.
Can you give me the line?
It's like, I know places nobody knows, and I'm rowing in a swamp or something.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
A very nice swamp. It's like, you know, these kinds of trees that grow from the water.
Nobody knows.
I know places that nobody knows. Come to Puerto Rico.
Yeah, but you're proud of your heritage, as a matter of fact.
Oh my God!
You know, I mean, you want to be the spokesperson for.
Oh, I love
notwithstanding the fact they're paying you tons of money.
No. I love being representing Puerto Rico whenever I can. I think it's important that we break many of the stereotypes that people have about Puerto Ricans. Yeah. And I love being like a sort of like a goodwill ambassador for Puerto Rico, of course.
From your own career, is it a wall that you've had to climb, in a sense, of stereotypes against Puerto Ricans? And as you have, in other words, a role that you're perfectly capable by talent to perform, someone said, no, this is not right for...
That has happened, yeah. And it happens still sometimes. You know, people still have ideas.
Because they don't see it.
No, I was very lucky early in my career to meet with people like Joe Papp, people like Ted Mann of Circle in the Square, producers that saw me as an actor rather than a stereotype. So I was able to expand the variety of roles that I could do. But, you know, there's still people out there that see Puerto Ricans in a certain kind of way. And if they haven't seen... Now it's more difficult for people not to ask me to do certain roles because they've seen my work more. I'm more in the public eye, and I've done...
They've seen the versatility.
They've seen the versatility. So I have less problems with that, but at the beginning there was more, and you know, you just have to lift the ignorance that people have about Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, you had to fight for. I remember you telling me this in another interview in Washington. You had to go to the producers of Presumed Innocent and get them to give you an audition because they didn't see you in the role.
Right.
Because it was older, I guess. Was it older? The character was older?
They saw him, I think, older and sort of like, in the book he's like chubby,
right?
You know, and short.
Right.
And so, you know, it took a while for me to have conversations with them. And
because you wanted it? Because you liked the role?
I loved the role.
Yeah, I did
wanted it, yeah.
Roll tape. Let's take a look at Raul Julia in Man of La Mancha.
Follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right, without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage. Oh, reach the unreachable star.
Raul Julia, you can only be in this performance until June?
June 28th.
And then what do you do?
Then I'm going to take a long break.
You are really?
Oh,
to
yes.
do what?
To just relax, spend time, just family time, no work for a while. I'm going to take a long break. By June 28th, I will have done it 8 times a week without a break for 8 months. And before that, I did I've been working pretty steadily for a while. I haven't taken a long break in a while, so.
Can you take a long break without going crazy? I mean,
yes, I can.
This is very easy.
Can
you really, though? I mean, you don't,
No, this time I will enjoy my long break. Yeah.
And not worry where the next role's coming from.
No.
You don't worry about where the next role's coming from anyway, do you?
No, not at the moment, because they're already talking about a sequel for the Addams Family. At least I have that, and there's other things,
Can you create stuff for yourself? I mean, do you have it within your capacity to create property?
I could. I haven't had the time because I've been getting offers, so the projects are there.
You don't need to do it if they're there.
If they're there and I like them, I will do it. I haven't had the time to create actually a project. So.
Do you want to direct?
No. No, I'm happy acting, and I still have a lot to learn.
Acting and taking time off.
Acting and taking time off.
Who's had the most influence on you?
As an actor?
As an actor?
Yeah. Oh, well, originally, of course, I remember José Ferrer, who is from Puerto Rico. José Ferrer, who passed away recently. Yeah. He was one of my heroes.
I remember him most from the Cane Mutiny.
The Cane Mutiny and Cyrano.
And Cyrano, that's right.
Cyrano was wonderful. And
how did he influence you? Simply because he was a role model, or because
he was a role model
and said,
no, then later we became friends.
Yeah.
And of course, that was great too. Later, But at the beginning, he was a role model for me when I was a kid, dreaming about being an actor.
Do you go back to Puerto Rico often?
Oh, whenever I can.
Family there?
Oh, yes. I have a lot of family there. And I go whenever I can. I love going to the island and seeing all those places that nobody has ever been to.
That's right. I want to go. Yeah. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Raul Julia, Man of La Mancha. At what theater?
At the Marquee.
At the Marquee Theater, and you can see him there.
On 45th Street
on 45th Street on Broadway. Curtain is at what?
At 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock there, except on matinees.
And matinee days, yes.
Thank you for joining us tonight. This has been an important show because we want to, as much as we can, continue the dialogue about a very important issue that faces all of us, and we will continue watching that story, and it is always good to have people as good as they are at their profession as Raul Julia is at his. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Until then.